shift, the stakes are high. The mag breaks it down, no need to sigh. From EU rules to global news, Reg with Meg, your trusted views.
Welcome to Reg with Meg's weekly Regulatory Roundup. In today's episode, we're diving deep into a topic that's crucial for every medical device manufacturer in the European market: post-market surveillance, or PMS.
That's right. Specifically, we'll be breaking down the new guidance document from the Medical Device Coordination Group, the MDCG, document 2024-3. It's titled Guidance on Content of the Post-Market Surveillance Plan. It's a document a lot of people have been waiting for.
Absolutely. While the medical device regulation, the MDR, has always mandated a PMS plan, it's been a bit of a gray area in terms of what notified bodies expect to see. This guidance aims to clear up that ambiguity.
Exactly. It's not introducing new laws, but it is providing a much clearer interpretation of the existing ones. It's a roadmap, essentially, for how to structure a PMS plan that's compliant with Article 84 of the MDR. So for anyone involved in quality or regulatory affairs, this is a must-read.
So let's start with the basics. What is the fundamental purpose of this guidance? At its core, it's about ensuring that manufacturers have a systematic and, crucially, a proactive process to collect and analyze data about their devices once they are on the market.
Right. It's moving away from the old mindset where post-market surveillance was often just about complaint handling. The MDR, and this guidance reinforces it, demands a living, breathing system that actively seeks out information on a device's performance and safety in the real world.
And the PMS plan is the blueprint for that entire system. It's the document that lays out exactly what data you will collect, how you will collect it, and what methods you will use to analyze it. Without a solid plan, your PMS activities are just a collection of random acts.
That's a great way to put it. The guidance really breaks down the expected content of the plan. It provides a clear structure, almost like a template. It details sections that must be included, covering everything from the device description to the specific data sources and analysis methodologies.
And it's incredibly detailed. For example, it doesn't just say collect data. It specifies that the plan must outline the sources for both reactive and proactive data collection.
That's a key distinction. Let's talk about that for a second. Reactive data is what most people are familiar with. It's responding to events. This includes things like complaints from users, vigilance reports of serious incidents, and feedback from the field.
Right, it's the information that comes to you, but the real emphasis in the MDR and this guidance is on the proactive side of things. This is where the manufacturer has to go out and actively search for information.
Exactly. Proactive data collection can include things like customer surveys, user feedback sessions, systematic literature reviews to see what's being published about your device or similar devices, and analyzing data from registries.
And post-market clinical follow-up studies, or PMCF, are a huge part of that proactive data gathering, especially for higher-risk devices. The PMS plan must outline the strategy for PMCF activities if they are required.
Totally. The guidance makes it clear that the PMS plan isn't a standalone document that you write once and file away. It's the central hub that connects to several other critical parts of your quality management system.
That's the closed-loop concept. The data you gather through your PMS activities, as outlined in the plan, must feed directly back into your risk management file and your clinical evaluation report. It's a continuous cycle of updates.
Right. If you get 100 complaints about a specific failure mode, that information has to be used to update your risk analysis. Does this change the probability or severity of a known risk? Does it introduce a new risk that you hadn't considered?
And similarly, for the clinical evaluation, the data might confirm the device's safety and performance, or it might raise questions that need to be addressed. It's all about using real-world evidence to continuously verify your initial claims.
And this all culminates in another key document, the Periodic Safety Update Report, or PSUR, for devices of Class 2A and above. The PMS plan sets the stage, you execute the plan, and the PSUR is the summary of your findings and conclusions.
The guidance specifically states that the PMS plan must define the criteria for when the PSUR will be updated and what the contents should look like. It's all about creating a clear, traceable link between these documents.
So, what does this mean in practical terms for a manufacturer? What's the immediate action item after reading this guidance?
The first step is a gap analysis. You need to take your existing PMS plans and procedures and hold them up against a structure outlined in MDCG 2024-3. Does your plan include all the specified sections? Is the level of detail sufficient?
Right. A big area where people might find gaps is in the methodology section. The guidance is very clear that you must specify how you will analyze the data you collect. It's not enough to say, we will monitor complaints. You need to say, we will perform trend analysis on complaint data on a monthly basis to identify any statistically significant increases in failure rates.
That level of specificity is key. You also need to define the thresholds for action. For example, at what point does a trend trigger a deeper investigation or a corrective action? This needs to be predefined in the plan, not decided on the fly.
And this applies to all devices. The guidance does say that the PMS plan should be proportionate to the risk class and type of device, but every device needs a plan. You can't just say, my device is low risk, so I don't need to do much. You need a documented plan that justifies your approach.
That's a critical point. Your Class 1 device plan will look very different from a Class 3 implantable device plan, but the fundamental requirement to have a structured, thought-out plan is the same.
So, in summary, this guidance doesn't change the game, but it definitely clarifies the rules. It provides manufacturers with a clear framework for documenting their post-market surveillance strategy.
It raises the bar on the level of detail and documentation that notified bodies will expect to see during an audit. If your PMS plan doesn't align with the structure in this guidance, you should expect to face some tough questions.
The key takeaways are be proactive, be systematic, and document everything. Your PMS plan is a living document that must be integrated with your risk management and clinical evaluation processes.
Well said. It's an essential piece of the regulatory puzzle for ensuring device safety and performance throughout its entire lifecycle. That's all the time we have for this week's Roundup. Thanks for tuning in.
Stay informed and stay compliant. Bye, guys.